Hey guys, welcome back to the Fergie Time Podcast. Today I'll be sharing with you my Week 12 Premier League predictions. Before we jump into my Week 12 predictions, I want to do a little recap of Match Week 11. In Match Week 11, I got 6 out of 9 predictions correct, moving my total to 52 out of 107. Also, I want to give major shout out to this week's winner, Phoenix M, who got 8 out of 9 predictions correct. If you guys would like to be featured in next week's video, make sure to share your Match Week 12 score predictions down below in the comments, and the person with the most predictions correct will receive a shout out. For our first match, we have Leeds versus West Ham. Leeds are coming off a 3-1 loss to Chelsea in a match where they played well, but struggled at times defensively. And these defensive struggles have been a consistent theme for Leeds throughout the season, as they have conceded the third most goals in the Premier League. That said, they do have a player in Patrick Bamford who has been fantastic in front of goal this year, scoring 8 goals in just 11 matches. Versus the West Ham side, coming off the 3-1 loss to Manchester United. And really they beat themselves in that match by not putting their chances away early. That said, they do have some fantastic attacking players, the likes of Jared Bowen, who is tearing up United's defense, and also Pablo Fornals. However, I do have this match ending a 2-2 draw on odds of 11-4. Wolves versus Villa. Wolves are coming off a 4-0 loss to Liverpool in a match where they really struggled. And while they have some fantastic attacking players, without Raul Jimenez up top, they lack a true goal scorer, so they are going to need big performances from the likes of Podence and Traore to help Villa's shoes. Versus the Villa side that had a bye this last week, but currently their form has not been that great. Only 1 win in their last 5 matches. That said, they have a fantastic attack. The likes of Jack Grealish, in my opinion, is a top 5 player in the Premier League this season, and also Ollie Watkins has been very good. That said, they will be without Ross Barkley, so that will hinder their attack. I had this match ending a 1-1 draw on odds of 23-10. Newcastle versus West Brom. Newcastle are off to a decent start this season, but are struggling to score goals outside of Callum Wilson. In this match, it will likely be without Alon St-Maximin due to a hamstring injury, so they're going to need the likes of Joe Linton to step up and help Callum Wilson up top with the goal scoring. Versus the West Brom side, coming off a 5-1 loss to Crystal Palace after going a man down. This West Brom side has really struggled defensively, conceding the most goals in the Premier League with 23, and they've also suffered a major blow as one of their key attacking players, Pereira, will be out of this match after his 3-match ban was upheld. I have Newcastle winning this one 1-0 on odds of 11-10. For the big match of the week, we have the Manchester Derby, Manchester United versus Manchester City, and Manchester United are coming off a 3-1 comeback win over West Ham, but this United side has a lot of flaws. They're slower to start matches, they're really poor in their defensive shape and struggle to reorganize in transition, and they're very sloppy with their passing, giving the ball to the opposition. But they have a banging counterattack that I think could exploit the City defense. Versus the City side, coming off a dominant 2-0 win over Fulham, and despite scoring in the Champions League, Aguero will not be available to start this match according to Pep Guardiola, so that's huge news. When Man City have Aguero, they are a different side. I think in this match, City's open style and expansive style of possession-oriented football will lead them susceptible to the United counterattack, and I have Manchester United winning this match 3-2 on odds of 10-3. Everton versus Chelsea. Everton are coming off a poor 1-1 draw against Burnley, and this Everton team has been in poor form, only 1 win in their last 5 matches, and defensively, they have not been good enough, giving up silly goals that have cost them these matches. That said, one player who is still firing for Everton is Dominic Calvert-Lewin, who has 11 goals in 11 Premier League matches. Versus the Chelsea side, coming off a very impressive win over Leeds, and this Chelsea team is undefeated in their last 5 matches. And furthermore, I believe the key players for them this season have been Thiago Silva and Mendy, because they have really helped to shore up the backline that struggled last season at Chelsea. Furthermore, in this match, they will be without Ziyech, so that will be a major blow, but I still expect Chelsea to get the win 3-1 on odds of 3-4. Southampton versus Sheffield United. Southampton are coming off a 2-1 win over Brighton, and wow, what a season they are having. They currently sit 5th in the table and only have 1 loss in their last 5 matches. There's also more great news for Southampton. Danny Ings has returned from his injury, and that will be a major boost for them. And I just want to give a major shout out to Ralph Hasenhuttl, who's gotten the Southampton team not only winning matches, but playing beautiful football as well. Versus the Sheffield United side that currently sit last in the Premier League table and are the only club yet to win a match. the Sheffield United team cannot score to save their lives. Only 5 goals in 11 matches, tied for the fewest in the Premier League. And in my opinion, at some point, I understand Chris Wilder is a club legend, but I think he's going to have to go if they want to try and salvage this season. I have Southampton winning 2-0 on odds of 7-10. Crystal Palace versus Tottenham Hotspur. Crystal Palace are coming off a 5-1 win over West Brom, and the return of Zaha was huge for Palace. He's been absolutely fantastic for them this season, with 7 goals and 2 assists in 9 Premier League matches. I think this Palace team will make it very difficult for Tottenham because of their style, the way they sit in and then look to counter, and they'll make it hard for Spurs to break them down. Versus a Tottenham side coming off a big 2-0 win over Arsenal in the North London derby. And this Tottenham team has been so good defensively this season. Only 9 goals against, the fewest in the Premier League. And I believe this stylistic matchup is not the best for Tottenham because of the way that Palace are a little more passive, like Tottenham actually prefer to be. And like the way Tottenham like to counterattack will be difficult against Palace because they sit in a low block. But I still expect Tottenham get the win because of their quality, 2-1 on odds of 7-10. Fulham versus Liverpool. Fulham are coming off a 2-0 loss to Manchester City, and the major problems for Fulham this season have been their defense. Fulham have conceded the 2nd most goals in the Premier League with 21, and honestly, I do not see them stopping this Liverpool attack. Liverpool are coming off an impressive 4-0 win over Wolves, and this Liverpool team currently sits 2nd in the Premier League table, tied on points with league-leading Tottenham Hotspur, and this Liverpool team has scored the most goals in the Premier League with 26, and in my opinion, very much slept on. Many people don't believe they will win the title because of the injuries, but I still do. And I think this Liverpool team will absolutely pull Fulham apart. This will not be a pretty one. I have Liverpool winning 3-0 on odds of 3-10. Leicester City versus Brighton. Leicester City are coming off a 2-1 win over Sheffield United in a match where they dominated it, and they currently sit 4th in the Premier League and are being led by none other than Jamie Vardy, who has 9 goals and 2 assists in 11 matches. That said, Leicester's defense is rather fragile without Soyuncu and Ndidi, and I believe they can be exploited. Versus a Brighton side coming off a 2-1 loss to Southampton, and Graham Potter has his team playing some really good football, but at the end of the day, they can't secure results, and as we know, that is the most important thing in football. That said, if you're looking out for a player for Brighton this season, I would look at Pascal Grob, who's been fantastic for them. I think has 2 goals, 4 assists, and playing some great football. I had this match ending a 2-1 Leicester win on odds of 1-1. Arsenal versus Burnley. Arsenal are coming off a 2-0 loss to Tottenham Hotspur in the North London derby and are in terrible form, sitting 15th in the table with only 1 win in their last 5 matches. And this Arsenal team is really struggling to score, with the likes of Aubameyang and Lacazette being ice cold this season. Versus a Burnley side coming off a solid 1-1 draw with Everton, and this Burnley team sits 18th in the table, but have shown improvement in recent matches with only 2 losses in their last 5. This Burnley team, though, is another team that is struggling to score with only 5 goals in 10 matches, tied for the fewest in the Premier League. I have this match ending a 2-0 Arsenal win on odds of 8-15. Thank you guys for watching. Make sure to share your Match Week 12 score predictions down below in the comments to be featured in next week's video. Also, make sure to smash the like button and subscribe for more amazing football content. We will end it there. Thank you and take it easy. Peace.
I see the blue in her eyes from the sunshine. See the purple in her heart when it's nighttime. She just wanna be in her right mind. She couldn't give a damn about the limelight. So orchestrate your